SSH is a tool that lets you go from one Linux box or server to another and act as if you are logged onto it. It is much better and more secure, that is, than remote shell and telnet, which sends clear text including your passwords. So for this exercise, you too will be doing this on your computer through the lab. But the first thing we need to do is go to the virtual machines, and we need to go to virtual machine settings. And notice my network adapter is bridged. I've had mixed results with doing bridged and checking the replicate physical network connection state. And if for some reason I'm able to have my two images talk to each other, I may want to uncheck this. Okay, and sometimes you have to play around with NAT between these three settings to get it to work, but I've tried this several times on my particular computer and it works with bridged and checked. Okay, so we do that. I must install SSH, which you will find in instructions on how to do that. I've already done that. And what I needed to do is, once I installed it, I need to shut the computer down. Then I went to where I store my images, and on my computer it's on my hard drive. And what I did is I copied the Fedora 15 to an image called Fedora 15B. And I did that after I installed SSH on this particular image. I changed the network settings, and then I shut it down, and then I copied it. And where I am right now is I have actually started two of them. You notice I have a 15 and a 15B, primary and the secondary machine. So let's go to the primary, and we're going to be the root, and we're going to start up SSH. And notice I can do service SSHD start. What do you think the D here stands for? And if you guess daemon, you are correct. And we're going to start up the service, and everything's great. Oh, before I started the service, the other thing I needed to do is I went under Other and Firewall, and you'll be prompted with some security and password. And what I did, and you too will be doing this in your lab, is I checked FTP, because we'll be doing that in lab down the road. And notice it talks on port 21. And let's go down and look at SSH, and that talks on 22. And of course you check in on, you do apply and then enable, but I've already done that. Alright, so we're good. This machine's up and running. I've changed my host name to Candido. I'm now going to come over to this machine, which is named Fedora 15B, and let's go look at its virtual machine settings. And you can see that I have it as bridged, just like before, with replication. And if you wanted to change his name so B shows up, like I did here, you come over here so I can distinguish between the two, at least in the VMware player. And don't forget, I also needed to do the host name change. And you see this is Candido 2 on the B machine, this is Candido on 15. So I'm going to start up my SSH daemon. There we go, we're in good shape. So I'm going to type the SSH command. And I need to give it a username. If I don't give it a username, it will assume I'm going to connect as root, which is not what I want to do. And I created a user called SSH guest, and you'll be doing this in your lab as well. And I need to get the IP address to the machine I'm connecting to. So let's come over here and type in if config. I get 192.168.1.101. So we come over here and we do that IP address. And now it wants a password, which is guess123. And I am now on the Candido server. So from this terminal, this particular window, I am over here now. So I have free reign to whatever permissions I have. I can go to the root. I can go into the home directory. I'm going to let's see what's there. Okay, see SSH guest. I'm going to jump into SSH guest. We do an ls, and I have some stuff here, and I'm going to create a let's see, let's create a file. I'm just going to put C exclamation point and write and quit. So now I have these files here. And I come over here and I do an L, because remember, even though I'm on the B machine, the Candido 2 server, in this window, because I started the SSH, whatever commands I type here affects this machine. So I come over here, and I'm going to move the SSH.txt to the home SSH guest, which I did. So now watch, I come over here, I do an ls-l, and there that file shows up. I can also go into my directory, which I don't have permissions, but if I wanted to, I could come over here so you can see it's instantaneous. Whatever I do on the server, I am now able to move into it. And you can see I have a whole bunch of directories I could get into, so this is very powerful. And how I leave this machine is I just type exit. You can see that I'm no longer on Candido. I am back to Candido 2.